I said today, look, I just popped a zit. He goes, I have a cold sore. I'm like, yay, we're so cute. Hey guys, welcome to the official YouTube page for Calm Down with Erin and Charissa. This is where you can watch all of our ridiculous conversations and fun interviews.
We have full shows. We've got pre-games, anything and everything that you guys could want. But first, you're going to have to subscribe. Just hit subscribe right there and you're good to go.
And now you can calm down with us.
Yep. Can you tell that we're reading this off a script? We hope so. All right. We need to calm down and wrap this bad boy up. Press subscribe. Thanks for listening.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. Oh, I'm just covering a bullet hole. I just got done doing a Dak Prescott interview and popped what was right above my lip. Pop, pop goes the weasel.
Oh my God, Big Poppy. Was it right before the interview or was it right after the interview?
No, I just did it right before. It was after. I was a good girl. I was thinking about you last night when I landed in Dallas at about midnight. I was like, oof, she looks ready, but I'm going to kill myself if it's bad tomorrow. And as soon as I got off that plane, bam.
My girl. You know what? If we've learned,
boom goes the dynamite.
Nothing else in life, we're still going to pick our face, but now we know when to pick it. So I think that's called maturing.
Oh, yeah.
Already into it. Okay, Dak Prescott, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy for you. First sit down of the year. We love Dak. Dak's so great.
Love. Greatest.
Obviously,
he's the best dude.
Go.
He's a little mature now with the old baby.
Yeah.
Very cute 6-month-old daughter, MJ.
Oh my God, that baby is
Margaret Jane, named after his mom. Come on.
So sweet. Did you guys compare notes on parenthood? You're about what, 8 months ahead of him on this journey?
I am. Yeah, he was just talking about how her laugh is like a scream. That he wanted to bring her and I was bummed out he didn't. And just how I started crying when he was talking about how he named her after his mom. And I said, what would your mom love the most about her? And how she looks a little bit like her. And I just started crying. I said, hey, Dak, remember when I was a salty old bitch?
Oh.
I mean, look at this girl. She's crying now at a drop of a hat. I'm like, this is what babies do to you.
That's really sweet though. And that baby is so freaking cute. But look at that. Y'all are all grown up now. Very sweet. But that gets us right into our pregame. You guys are lucky that you have partners to help you raise the babes. But we've got a Jen's Yuzu. I'm so sorry, sister, that I always messed up. Jen Suzu. Solo parenting is hard. Any tips for staying connected to friends? That's you, sister.
Yeah, look, I have a hard time staying connected to my friends just because of everything going on. I have to catch up in the text chain or with you. I haven't talked to you all week, which is crazy. It's funny. You and I say this all the time. When it's easy, it's easy. And I just feel like when your friends get it and they're easy and the relationship, it doesn't take much effort. It's fine. Get to it when you can. And also to try to make time for yourself to go get that cocktail with that girlfriend or do the FaceTime with the cocktail with the girlfriend or coffee talks like we try to allow ourselves to do. We're in line. We need one bad. Makes the time. You have to.
My girlfriend Courtney texted me the other day and she's got 2 kids under the age of 3. And she said on a text chain to me and my other girlfriend, Meg, she goes, I'm really sorry for being such a shit friend. And I was like, first of all, you're not a shit friend. But if you feel that way, the fact that you acknowledge that, I think is already incredible. I mean, I would never judge anyone when you have a million different things going on. But I think in this case, Jen, when you ask that question, I think if you feel like you're neglecting your friends or your family or whatever because your focus is on your child, any friends or family that love you will understand that. So I think if you're feeling a little bit off, just bring it up and then say, hey, to your point, let's catch up this week or let's catch up next week and put it on the calendar like we do with work stuff. We talked about on last week's episode about prioritizing our relationship. I think that friends are just as important. So do it don't do it at the nail salon though. This one does not like when you catch up with people at the nail salon.
No.
But it is a good time when you think about it, unless no one else is in there.
Very true. Very true.
Next.
Anonymous. I would have a very hard time with this. My sister-in-law is a heavy breather in yoga class. She always mats by me. Do I say something? Yeah. Yes. I can't take the heavy breathing.
Okay. What would you say if I was a heavy breather next to you in a yoga class? Actually, I know what you
Charissa,
would say.
I pushed you out of the way at the Taylor Swift concert. I mean, come on. I obviously... Oh, you got me this shirt, by the way, when we were in London. I love you.
I love you. No, this is what you would say to me. Okay, what are we doing over here? Are we breathing? I appreciate that directness, though. I would not. I don't know if I could be as direct. Depends on your relationship with your sister-in-law. Exactly. But I would bring up somebody else that does it and be like, you know what drives me nuts is when my friend is a heavy breather in a yoga class. So then even if it throws like a little signal into her brain, like, oh, am I a heavy breather? I'd be like, well, you're not the quietest. So, maybe it's like an indirect way of getting to it. Yeah, I think you need to say something. And if you don't have the balls to say it directly to her, use someone else as an example. That is my suggestion.
I co-sign.
Miranda Cadero. Any tips for long distance flight? I have 9-hour flight soon. I am a Greg Olson on planes. By that, she means that she doesn't eat or drink on planes. Greg, does he not drink either? Like I
would say for a 9-hour flight, I'm going to say my friend drinks. I hope he does. He has to.
But when Greg was on the podcast, he was talking about how he'll never eat or drink on plane rides. Yeah, if it's anything over a few hours, I mean, a guy is thirsty. But you've just done the European flight in 3 days. What was between the London trip and now your Italian wedding, what are your suggestions for a 9-hour flight?
I brought a book. I enjoy a cocktail. I don't want to get too overserved. And I'm not going to lie, I take a little night pill. I just have to. I need to get at least 6 hours.
I can sleep on planes. If that plane ride is 30 minutes to Las Vegas or, 15 hours, like I'm going to Australia. I'm sure it's longer than that. I'd love to go to Australia. The best time to go to Australia is during our football season. So we never end up being able to, but I would really like that. I can sleep anywhere. I can sleep on a plane. I can fall asleep like that. But I would say on a flight like that, I get really excited to catch up on movies that I haven't seen. I also can, get a full 7 hours in. And I like to time it with like where I'm going. So when I land, I can hit the ground running.
Right. It makes me think of what I texted you after a few cocktails when I was going to Italy. I said, I hate going to Europe without you.
I do. I don't like when you do anything without me.
No. Next. I like this one. Care 1032. Who are your girl crushes? Mine are Julia Roberts, Jennifer Aniston, and Taylor Swift.
Very good. Way to rattle those off. Gosh, I've got a lot of girl crushes. It depends on what what, babe? Oh,
was Cameron a girl crush for a while?
Yeah. Cameron was a girl crush. Charlize Theron. I even cut my hair like single white female to look like her. And I remember I was on a red carpet and I had the same haircut and hers. And I was like looking in the mirror, huh, gal? And she's like, what? I was like, okay, never mind. But she's lovely. Big fan of hers. Jennifer Aniston. She's always Julia Roberts. Those are definitely ones. I also get Kylie Kelce. Like after our 5 seconds, even though it was, I could have hung out with her all weekend long, but she is so likable and easy and just, she's a girl that makes you feel like you've known her forever. And she's up there. She's adorable.
I've never met Leon Draisaitl, who just signed a huge contract for the Edmonton Oilers, or his wife, but she is so hot. And Jarrett literally was just saying, oh, did you see Draisaitl signed an 8-year deal? And I go, wow, he's rich and has a hot wife. What a life.
Good for
I mean, she is so good looking.
Also,
I don't know what nationality she is. Like she is, I would assume European, but wow, she is so hot.
There are some very, very pretty women out there in the world. And gorgeous. I like men, but I mean, I'm the first to say like, there's some very attractive women. Anonymous, if you text a guy and he gives you a 1-word answer, move on? Depends. See, Anonymous, here's my thing. It's a very simple phrase when it comes to texting or dating or taking anyone on a date, whatever. If they want to, they will. That's it. Just, it's that simple. If the person isn't a great texter, that relationship wouldn't work for me anyways, because I'm all about the banter on text. I'm really into the comedy. So if you're getting 1-word answers, I don't know if it's necessarily that he's not that into you. It just might be that he's in the middle of doing something. And then you can't overanalyze that either. You can't be like, oh, he only said sure, or only said yes. If he's in the middle of a work day and he's like the guy that goes to work and is like dedicated to that, like don't blow his phone up. Just like do a little scouting report and don't take it too personal. Although I will say, if the OK goes straight down to the letter K and he can't even be bothered doing the O, you might want to get out. I mean, if he can't even do 2 letters, too legit to quit. I'm out.
Yeah.
Nope.
I get that. Hey, can I make an update to our girl crush list for Anonymous? Hannah Jeter.
Oh, God. You want to talk about beautiful? She's the girl who has no makeup on. And you're like, there's no way. Yes, there is. And skin is glowing.
Glowing, not bleeding. Anywho.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Tennis Fire. I'm 58 and looking for love. Is it too late for me? No. Are you insane? Life starts at 60.
Oh,
Come
my
on.
God. 58. I mean, please. You're just getting started. I think that's, you know what? That makes me sad because obviously I didn't find love until we found love. What are we going to do with it? I didn't find love until later on in life. And I mean, I'm 42, about to be 43. I say this to my girlfriends like that aren't in a relationship right now. And they're like, but I'm getting older. And I'm like, hey, you want to feel better? You could be like me and have been in really crappy,
shitty
relationships. And if I could go back and tell myself like, hey, don't worry about the marriage thing. Just stay single because staying single means that you still have an opportunity for something great. Like, I think the worst case scenario in this is that you're 58 and stuck in a relationship you don't feel like you can get out of. If you're 58 and single, think of all the possibilities.
The world is your oyster. Get out there.
Yes, it is. Ariel.
Get out there, put some lip gloss on and just tackle the day.
My God. Speaking of that, I woke up this morning and I was like ready. I don't know if it's that post-Labor Day thing. Yeah, You heard me. I woke up.
Because our life's over.
Raring to go.
You gotta go.
And I was so excited to like do dumb. I've been putting off like organizing my closet. Like I want every single bag cleaned out, wrappers out of the bottom of the purses. Like I am in a real and I was supposed to go on a trip. I was supposed to go with Steve on a trip this past week and something fell through. And so then we were just like, seriously, through the floor, apparently in the kitchen. And so, or did it? So I'm kind of relegated and like stuck at home, but it actually is a good thing because it's forcing me to do all the things that I would have procrastinated. And then the season would start, which it does for me or us on Sunday, and it's over. When do you travel this week?
I just traveled yesterday for Dak, Monday, and then I'm going on Sunday since my feature is done. Or Saturday. Whoa, Saturday. I may miss the game if I leave on Sunday.
What day is it?
Yeah, my eye's twitching and I have a zit. So I'm right on schedule for first game of the year.
Oh, yeah, you always get that right before.
Stress and lack of sleep, but we'll get to that in the big show.
Mm-hmm. So no, Tennis Fire, get on out there,
talking about, being happy in life. What is the thing you like most about each other's husband or partner?
Oh.
I was just talking about your husband, Steve, this weekend in Montana to a couple of our friends that haven't really spent a lot of time with him. And we were just talking about, how the story got started was we were talking about Tony Gonzalez. Mm-hmm. And then we were talking about your relationship with Tony and how much Tony adores you and how close your entire group is and how I love that so much and how much they're obsessed with you and you're the glue and you keep them together. Oh. And we were just talking about that. And then somebody asked what we thought of Steve. Mm-hmm. And I said, he is the best thing that happened to our relationship and to like all of us because I said, I call Steve more than I call Charissa sometimes. Yeah. I just love him so much. Yep. He's so easygoing. Jarrett and my manager / friend's husband, Mike Marini, are plus ones. Cutie. They always are together, but that's exactly how Jarrett and Steve are. Mm-hmm. They handle our shit. They handle our craziness and they can go entertain themselves. And it's just so nice. So I just love that Steve fit right in. I love his humor. I love his creativity. I love I love so many things about him. I love him so much. No,
that is such a nice endorsement. I'm just going to cut and paste that and pretend like it's me who just said those nice things about Steve. What I love most about Jarrett Stoll, I always say this, if you can't get along with Jarrett, then it's a you problem. this is an individual you can put in any room. You can put him at the White House, a dive bar, a clubhouse, a locker room, I don't know, the NATO summit, for Christ's sake. I mean, this guy...
He may struggle there.
No, he's Canadian. He gets along with everyone.
True.
You could put him anywhere, and he is the ultimate like plus one, because he's going to make sure you have a good time. He's going to make sure you feel included. And God knows that he's had to hear all about my nonsense throughout our, 15 years of friendship. And he always makes me feel like, I don't know, like a sister kind of a feeling, where he's like, hey, bud, like, how you doing?
Hey,
like,
bud, what's up, bud?
Yeah, he's just so lovely. And I know that no matter what, like even today, for example, this is how generous Erin is, by the way, you guys. She's flying back. She's got a million other things going on.
Shit.
And she's such a fixer. And I was talking about how I can't get into this vet. She immediately puts Jarrett and I and Steve or whatever, writes on our text chain, like Jarrett writes back immediately, like, I'll help. I got no problem. I'll reach out to the vet. That's the kind of person you guys are together as a couple. But as an individual, Jarrett is definitely the guy that, like, if there's a problem, you can count on him to fix it.
We're quite the duo. I said today, look, I just popped a zit. He goes, I have a cold sore. I'm like, yay, we're so cute.
And with that, we will continue all conversations, including it is finally here. We have talked about it.
Jesus.
The season is upon us, and I'm very excited. Tune into the big show. We will break down all things leading up to week 1, including Erin has already been working with her interview.
Okay. Raw garlic for acne? Oh my God. Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.